Do you know what people who are really successful in business have in common? The ability to read life accurately, which means they have the ability to use both their outer senses very, very well. They're very discerning. They don't miss a thing. They see what's actually there. They hear what's really being said. They see the signs. They notice the symbols. They recognize and connect the dots. They read the room. They read and study people's energy. And they also are tuned into their inner self, their inner senses, their gut that tells them if something's aligned and supportive or not, it's correct or not. They listen to their heart. Those ideas, those inspirations, those visions, they listen to what their inner voice says. They don't fight with it. They don't even question it. They just go with it. Consequently, they succeed. There's no secret either. They talk about it. Einstein talked about it. And then Steve Jobs talked about it, and Zuckerberg talks about it, and Richard Branson talks about it, and Game Changer. People always, like the Salks who invented things to help us with our health and penicillins and vaccines. And these people have the ability and choose to use their awareness, all of their senses, left and right brain, head and heart, full consciousness, listen to their spirit and bring it all together and run with it. Those are the kinds of people who succeed in business. And guess what? You're one of those people. It's just you have to turn on all the systems that you've been tuning out. My name is Sonia Choquette. I've been talking for some time about learning to do just that, how to read life with all your senses, with all your resources, and respond to what is really happening. Keen sense of the obvious plus that inner energetic knowing gives you the guidance you need to succeed. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited. You read your own energy accurately enough to show up. So let's take it as a sign that you are ready to level up. This is what I call a 5D human, a new human, where we're not just tilted on left brain only and we're sort of cockeyed and half aware and missing so much that it just keeps knocking us upside of the head and we go, I didn't read the signs. How could I miss that? I missed the forest for the trees. We don't want to be that anymore. That was a condition that you are now ready to walk away from. And if you're here to learn that, let's go. What is reading life, especially in business? Well, the very first thing you need to know is, what is business? Business is just good relationships and good exchanges between humans. That's it. Good business is good connection, good relationship, reading a need, perceiving a need, and being able to either fill it or find a way to have it filled by other humans who are all in the creative force. That is reading life, where we are open to that and know whatever my need, whatever my intention, whether it's a need to contribute, create in business, or a need to receive support, to find an energy that responds and allows me to continue my life well. There's a lot of human beings out there, and we are all seeking those connections. So we start with the idea that if I have a need or I have a desire or I have a goal, there are others out there who share that, and I need to find them. It's a give and take. It's a back and forth. It's an equal exchange. It is a wonderful awareness. So first, be aware of what my own interest is. Start with your need to contribute, because that is a very basic, fundamental need in all of our lives to feel good about who we are. So what would you love to contribute? And that's the key word. What would you love to contribute? Get tuned in. Be quiet. Don't think it. Feel it. And a lot of people have a real failure to dial in on this. They're just so tuned out. So you have to dig a little. So, say, for example, I don't know, I sell shoes. What am I contributing? Well, connect the dots. Support. Giving people a solid foundation, something that carries them out in life and feels good about who they are. So if you're very basic, that I'm just giving them a need to meet a very basic and important human need to cover my feet so I can leave my house and move into the world comfortably, securely. Or maybe you're a designer. Well, what's my need? I'm designing shoes. Well, you're helping people step out with style and joy and energy and make life a work of art. Every impulse we have has at the root of it a desire to contribute. Someone that says to me, well, I just want to invest and make money. What's my need? Well, okay, well, think about it. Connect the dots. That's what reading life is. What are you investing in? Does it serve the planet? Does it provide jobs? Does it give companies opportunities to grow, to make things in the world for other people? Or if you're investing say, for example, someone said, well, I want to invest in AI. What benefit is that? And I said, well, we don't fully know yet, but it can, when used appropriately, streamline life, maybe come up with better healing practices, maybe help doctors diagnose, maybe help hospitals streamline their admittance processes so people get in faster, help airlines streamline their schedules so there's less waste and time. I mean, look for the positive need. Something was created to fulfill a need for us to coexist and live together in harmony. Start there. Do you love the need you're fulfilling? That's the next thing. Do you have a need to create? Are you creating? Are you following that? In business, think about it's just my desire to create and contribute to the human well-being of this planet. There's a Chinese saying, and it really does apply in business, if the beginning is right, the ending is right. So begin by understanding your own motivations. Begin by being interested first in what you want to create, and then interested in who you're talking to. The other good thing about reading life is that if you read people well, you're present, you study them, you feel their energy. Is their heart opening? Are they really listening? Are they available? We can sense that. And if they're not, like Maya Angelou, who I feel is a great spirit guide of mine these days, said, people tell you who they are by what they do. Believe them the first time. So if you're talking to someone who's checked out and not listening, then that is not where you need to take your energy. That is not a good vibrational connect. But then also check your own vibrational communication. Are you speaking are you talking too fast? Are you covering your fear? Or do you not believe in yourself? People will read that and pick it up. They won't want to work with you. They may not know why. They're saying, nah, not for me. But it could very well be your vibe is off. It's not congruent. What you're saying and what you're doing are not congruent. So it really is about everybody getting congruent. First, get congruent with yourself, then seek congruent energy. And the way you do that is you get into your body and you feel it. You feel it. I have this client who wanted to sell his restaurants. He had created these beautiful restaurants, but he was at retirement age and he found two buyers. One was, as he said, such a nice guy. He and his wife just were great, promise that we'll do it. I'll get you your buyers. I'm going to find exactly what you need. But he never actually kept his word. He kept changing his story. We're going to talk next week, or sorry I missed you at 5. I'll get back to you. This was going on now for 4 or 5 days. But he liked the guy. He kept saying, I want to work with him. And I said, why? He's got a charming surface, but his energy is incongruent. The first time he didn't keep his word with you, should have told you something was off. The first time he's in conflict, so he can't bring you what you want. He met another group of guys who were much more, maybe just less creative, more strictly business, but they kept their word. They showed up. They wanted to do it. They asked questions. They were present. He said, they're just no fun. And I said, well, do you want playmates or do you want people to buy your business? They are very consistent. Check the energy. How do you feel after you talk to them? He said, well, strangely enough, I feel like I can trust them. I feel like what they're saying, they will keep their word. And I said, well, you make your decision. Mr. Nice Guy over here is not doing that. You want to create a good business decision, check the energy the first time. Don't deny something. Well, this is a happy ending story. He did end up going with the no fun guys, who turned out to be more and more fun as they went, sold his business. Now he's consulting with them. Everybody's happy. And Mr. Gonna Be Nice Guy never did show up. So we can be as aware as we want to be. And being a fifth dimension, heart-centered, conscious, clear, present person involves the decision to be really aware of what is really happening in your life, recognizing and responding quickly to what is really happening in your life instead of denying it or acting like it's weird. What's weird is we have a whole brain. We have more than a left brain. We have a right brain. We have a heart brain. We have a gut brain. We are far more capable of tuning into energy than this little sliver of outer senses, and especially if they're stuck in your screen and missing everything. So you can really thrive in business if you decide you're going to read life and read others accurately by checking back in, getting clear about your own priorities and motivations and what you want to share, being discerning and present and really paying attention to what others want to share, and recognize if it's a vibrational match. It really is that simple. And I'm going to teach this all year. This is my reason for living, is to teach you how to wake up so that you are also, like me, a person who reads life, doesn't miss it. I'll even be teaching you the ABCs, how to read energy. That's where really good businessmen thrive, and they say so. There was even an article in the Harvard Business Review quite a few years ago, and they interviewed the top 100 leaders of business and asked them what's their secret. Every one of them said, well, I read what intuition tells me, and I make my decisions based on that. Although, they also said, I pay attention, I notice what's happening, I put it all together, turn it over to my intuition, and run with it. Works every time. That's what reading life and business is about. Checking in, getting clear, tuning up, tuning in, using your whole brain, your whole heart, your whole awareness. It's learnable. I teach it. And these are the first steps. Get clear about your motivations, get clear about your contributions, get back in your body, pay attention to the energy of others, pay attention to your own energy. Is it congruent? Are you telling the truth? And know that everybody is reading everybody on some level. It's just when we level it up to conscious level and we make decisions based on what we're reading, life gets really good. So that's my message for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to my channel and enjoyed this, please sign up for the subscribe or hit the notification, whatever will bring you back. And I hope these tools make life and your business a lot more fun this week. See you again next week. All my love.